Hi guys, and Merry Switchmas! It's March 3rd and today is the worldwide launch of the Nintendo Switch. And just last night I was able to pick up my pre-order from Best Buy. There was over 100 people at the midnight launch that I went to, and I hope it bodes well for the future of the system. Everyone there was hyped and I was too, and the excitement is still going strong as we head farther into 2017. Now there's been a lot of hype and also skepticism about the Switch leading up to its launch, and I thought it would be good to sit down and talk about my top 3 reasons why I'm personally excited about the future of the Nintendo Switch. Get it? March 3rd? 3 reasons? Yeah. Reason number 3 is third-party potential. Now that might come across as a surprising point considering people have been worried about the Switch being underpowered compared to its console contemporaries, the PS4 and Xbox One, and to some degree I share those concerns because the console doesn't seem to be at the cutting edge of graphics technology and processing power. Early reviews of Zelda Breath of the Wild seem to suggest that even Nintendo has had a hard time getting the Switch running at a consistent 30 frames per second, and if Nintendo has a hard time getting a game like Breath of the Wild running on their own hardware, that does seem to be discouraging for the possibility of AAA titles on the system. That said, when it comes to third-party games, my excitement actually comes from a different angle. My hope is that the introduction of the Switch will encourage 3DS and DS developers from the past to make games for Nintendo's new console instead. Now personally, my favorite console of all time, well, so far anyways, was the Nintendo DS, and I guess I'm just a real big fan of the sorts of quirky and charming games that came out on that system. Games like Professor Layton and Ace Attorney, Solato Robo, and Sonic Rush, which is really an underrated gem, Castlevania and Hotel Dusk, or Ghost Trick and Okamiden. Those were all really fantastic and fun games on the go, and imagining how those games could be developed for a more powerful system that also docks into a TV, I think that's really exciting for what the future could hold with those sorts of titles on the Switch. And JRPGs, oh man. I've also really loved the Dragon Quest, the Shin Megami Tensei, and other JRPGs that have released on Nintendo's handhelds, because handhelds are just a great way in general to play JRPGs. It's a lot easier to grind for experience on a device that you can just pick up, play for a few battles, and then put to the side without having to commit to sitting down on the couch to play on a big TV screen for a long time. The future for JRPGs on the Switch really has me excited. I think there's a lot of potential there. Nintendo also recently posted a Direct where they announced a lot of indie support and even exclusives for the Switch, which I think is very promising. Shovel Knight is a fantastic game and would be awesome to own on the Switch, but there are also other interesting games like Master Blaster Zero, Yooka-Laylee, Pocket Rumble, and a lot of others that have me excited. If anything, I think handheld gaming has shown, to me at least, that you don't necessarily need top-end graphics and a powerhouse of a machine to make compelling and lovable and fun content, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds for the Switch. Reason number 2 is a 2-in-1 system. So if I'm remembering correctly, a few years back, Nintendo merged together their home console and mobile development divisions, specifically for coming up with the Switch device. And to me, that holds a lot of promise for first-party titles that we'll see on the Switch in the future. Why? Well, because I think it could mean that Nintendo won't have divided development anymore. It used to be they had teams making games on the DS, and then teams that were working on the Wii at the same time, or in the most recent generation, there were teams making games on the 3DS, and then teams that were working on the Wii U. But if you can imagine, right now, all of those divided teams just focusing on one console, the Nintendo Switch, it just seems like the Switch will now, at least in the future, get a more steady stream of first-party titles as a result, because all of those teams can finally just focus on the one console, which I think is great for keeping the console updated and consistently fresh. And who knows, maybe now they'll finally have time to return to overlooked series like Metroid or Earthbound or F-Zero, because they won't have to be making different versions of the same games on 2 separate consoles anymore. And that actually brings me to another positive point. You don't have to buy 2 separate systems anymore from Nintendo. For big Nintendo fans like me, buying both a mobile console and a home console from Nintendo, it's pretty hard on the pocketbook. It's even more difficult when they release games like Smash or Mario Kart on both systems. And, you know, you feel like you want to get both, but you wish you could just get one instead. And I think the Switch is going to fix that problem. In the long run, my wallet's probably going to be a lot happier just having to buy one game for a system that can handle both the mobile and the home console aspects. And finally, my last reason for being excited about the Switch, and also sort of the most generic reason, but in the big picture it's really the most important. Nintendo just makes games that I love to play. Their games focus a lot on fun, and to me, that's what I personally enjoy the most out of video games. I mean, sure, the Wii U wasn't as powerful as the PS4 or the Xbox One, I'll grant that. But at the end of the day, I played Smash Brothers and Splatoon almost every single day since they launched because they're just really fun games. And ever since I was a kid, Nintendo has really built up a great reputation of making compelling and enjoyable gaming experiences, and that tradition looks to be as strong as ever even today, considering how many perfect scores Breath of the Wild has gotten just this past couple of days. And there are a lot of games to be excited for on the Switch. Like for me personally, thankfully I never bought Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and so the deluxe version that's releasing on Switch, it now has that battle mode that I used to love playing with my brother back when Mario Kart released on the Nintendo 64, so I'm really looking forward to that. There's Super Mario Odyssey, which also looks awesome, and I love me some Splatoon, and Splatoon 2 looks like it's going to be an awesome follow-up. And, well, anyways, but there are other games like ARMS. That looks to be an exciting new IP that could be popular with the competitive fighting scene. And actually, when it comes to fighting games, I'm really looking forward to when Smash hopefully gets ported over with all of the 3DS and Wii U content. Maybe? Well, I guess we'll see, but that's coming sometime in the future, I'm sure. We already have Zelda, and everyone says it's awesome. And there's going to be other titles like Kirby coming down the line. Fans of Pikmin and Animal Crossing will probably have something to look forward to as well. And of course, the next Pokemon. I mean, that's the one that a lot of people are speculating and hoping for, and I know a lot of people are going to lose their minds if that releases on the Switch. There's Metroid, Star Fox, all these other Nintendo properties that could come out, and it's just awesome to think what could be coming down the pipeline. And could you imagine if they released a virtual console that had N64 classics on it? That would be so awesome to play Pilot Wings 64 on the Switch. Nintendo, I need this on the Switch. Those are all my reasons for being excited about the Nintendo Switch. I don't plan on doing an unboxing or a showcase video for this particular Switch, since I think there are probably enough videos on YouTube like that right now, and I still need to figure out how to do my recording setup for it. But that all said, I'll definitely be looking into doing some sort of gameplay footage in the future. Maybe for Zelda, maybe not, but definitely for Splatoon, so you can count on that. But altogether spoken, from my vantage point, the future seems bright for the Switch. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see what's in store. But what do you guys think? Have you gotten a Switch yet, or are you still on the fence? What has you excited for the future of the Switch console? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, that's all for now. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button, and if you really like this video and haven't done so already, feel free to hit that subscribe button too. That's all for now. You guys take care. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Ciao.